Good morning, fellow e-bikers, hunters alike. Just wanted to take this opportunity this morning to give you a little overview of the new eSells 5-star hunting aversion, HE. As you can see, this is it here in full camo. It's a very specially designed bike specifically for us e-bike hunters. It's got a lot of great features. Comes standard with a rack on the front. Comes standard with a rack on the back. This bike does have an aftermarket rack that I put on it and a few other accessories. We'll get to all that, but what I really want to talk about too is the overall bike and the company itself. The bike is outstanding. I've been riding e-bike since 2018. My first bike was a Rad Rover. It was a really good bike for its day and its time. This bike is just about in the same price range as some of these electric bikes that are being called hunting bikes, although this is 10 steps above. It comes equipped with a 20 amp hour battery with high discharge batteries to handle the 40 amp controller. This thing has a 60 volt motor and a 60 volt battery. It is a powerhouse. It absolutely just carries you through the woods with acceleration and torque that is very good for a hub drive. If you don't live in the mountains and you don't need some massive deep torque for climbing really steep mountains, this bike will get you. I live in Middle Tennessee and this gets me anywhere I want to go. Has the mountain bike style handlebars on it for a nice high rise. I like to ride in a heads up position. I don't like to be leaning over and all that sort of stuff. I went ahead and put some fatter tires on it as well. It comes with dual suspension, 4-disc hydraulic brakes, big 203 millimeter rotor in the front for stopping power. So when you got this bike loaded down, I'm a big turkey hunter. I put a lot of gear on this thing, including myself and the gun that I wear. I don't put a gun across my handlebars. It's foolish. But dual suspension, very active suspension, carries the load quite well. I'll come around and get the camera here and give you an overview of it. But as you can see, I put some 5-inch wide tires on it. Got a couple of headlights on it right here, new Bowler headlights. Got another one on the front basket as well. The bike is just, it's gonna fall over probably. There we go. It's a great bike. It's a solid performer. It comes from a background of a solid company. They got 5 years. David Cleveland over there at eSells has been building bikes for over 5 years. This is just not a company, a gentleman who went to China and said, you know, I want this frame, I want this motor, I want that battery, and put it together and stick his label on it. No, sir. That's not the case with eSells. David is an engineer, and this frame is an injected molded frame. It's heavy duty, it's gusseted in all the right places, 4-link suspension on it. All the components are top shelf. There's no second-rate nonsense on this particular bike at all. It's backed by a lifetime frame warranty and a 2-year motor warranty. The motor is a Hentech hub drive, has a 7-gear transmission. I'm gonna come around and grab the camera here and do a walk around here. Some of my accessories I've got on it. Got a place for my phone where I can put my GPS in there if I need be. I got a few extra things in there, some gloves if I have to gut something out. I got a suspension seat on it. I went ahead and put some, I'm a firm believer in this, mud flaps on the front there, skid guards to keep the mud and the water out of the battery tray. Mud and water and electronics and battery trays don't get along very good together at all. the view from the front. That's Tucker Boy there. Big rotors, 4-piston brakes. This particular bike has a cadence sensor, which is fine for me. It's got a 40 amp controller. Now some of you may not know what that means. The controller is the brains behind the bike, the machine, and 40 amps means you're getting a lot of power. That particular controller, because these things, when they're discharging that kind of amperage, they get hot. Well, this thing has a potted controller with electronic juice inside there, a gel to help dissipate the heat into the outer cooling fins to keep the operating temperature down, because if the heat's down, the performance is up. This is the kind of stuff that David puts into the design of his bikes. There's no wiggle to the frame, it's solid. This bike now, with the current import tax fee that they're putting on everything that comes in out of China, is somewhere around $2,200, $2,300. He does offer free shipping, so that's a plus compared to some other bikes. It's an absolutely solid bike. If you're looking for a bike in the sub 3,000 price range, give this bike a consideration. It's not some fly-by-night company that somebody took a bicycle frame and decided they're going to try to put a motor on it and do something with it. It's got very active, tunable suspension on both ends. Adjustable 4-link there. Adjustable dampening and rebound on the forks there. I've been riding and hunting with e-bikes for quite some time. I have a lot of friends that use them as well. I've got a pretty good understanding of the market and what's out there. The more popular ones that most guys gravitate to is the Rambos and the Quiet Cats and all that sort of stuff. In this price range and with the components you get on this bike, I'll stand it up against anything out there on the market today. It is a solid bike. I've got their bigger brother of this bike. I've got the Supermonic 1500 all-wheel drive bike. It's a 52 volt bike, all-wheel drive, and 52 volt motors. 750 watts in the front, 750 in the back. And this bike accelerates harder and has more climbing ability than my all-wheel drive. The all-wheel drive is more sure-footed on an off-camber sliding hill, but this bike just going straight up a hill, this bike is phenomenal. It's lightweight, it's nimble, it's strong, and it's responsive. I can't recommend this brand enough. I don't get paid for this. I'm just letting you know. You guys that are out there, you're on this page here, you're looking for some bikes. You're trying to, most of the people that come on my page, they're coming here to learn and lurk around and find out more information about e-bikes. Well, I can tell you this one, I've got 4 years worth of experience riding this brand, and it's a solid performer. And this new 5-star is this one here. This is the 5-star edition here, with a 60 volt motor, 60 volt battery, and high discharge. That high discharge, that's important, because it doesn't matter how much power you got in the battery or how much power the motor will put out. If you don't have the ability to discharge it in rapidly, you're not going to get the performance capability out of it. These are high discharge batteries, and they flat let this bike fly. It'll do 40 miles an hour if that matters to you. I really don't care about that so much, but it will do 40 miles an hour. I run low tire pressure, big fat tires, 5-inch wide tires on about 4.5 pounds of air. So I don't get that kind of speed, but it goes through the woods, it's sure-footed, and it's just a real pleasure to drive, because you can be traveling down a trail at 25 miles an hour and hit the throttle and feel the acceleration of it. Anyway, you folks out there looking to get yourself a hunting e-bike, highly recommend it. The rack on the back is from it's called the platform. It's from another brand. I won't mention them here, but it's an easy bolt on. A couple 4 bolts, stainless steel bolts, and she's attached. Gives me a lot of room. I carry my turkey vest on the back. So there it is, gents. The new 5-star from E-Cells. Go on their website, give them a look. Get yourself educated on it. Get ready for fall hunting season. Have a good one.